Hello Slimy Fertlers, and we're back again for another car resto. Is it resto? Is it going to thing? Well, it's put it this way. There ain't no plan to start with, but yeah. So yes, this thing here is a Lancia Gamma Berlina, and it was one of Lancia's kind of middling cars. It looks nice, but unfortunately the old Gamma had quite a lot of problems with it. This version, because it was available in different versions, is the Lancia Gamma Berlina in the hatchback configuration. 4-door hatchback. It has 4 doors and it has a hatchback. You'll also see, if you actually ever clap eyes on a Gamma, a 2-door fastback version, which has, instead of this big old hatchback boot, it just has a normal boot, and it only has 2 doors. So yeah, Lancia don't really make cars anymore. In fact, well, they just don't make cars anymore. They do produce a thing which is just like a little people carrier sort of thing, which is mainly considering that Lancia was at one point maker of race cars and things like that, and then they basically end up just producing a little people carrier. I mean, Lancia is owned by Fiat, so yeah, make of that what you will. But yeah, this particular casting is by a company called Giodi, which is an Italian manufacturer of die-cast cars, and I actually found a picture of what this car looked like in its original packaging, which I'll splice here. As you can see from that, it's they're fairly cheap and cheerful, and I'm not going to complain too much about this casting, because for a cheapo, it's not bad. It does have its quirks, which I'll get into in a minute. But yeah, as you can see, it was sold in a 3-pack with I think it was a Rover SD1 and a Volvo of some sort, as well as some little accessories. And this was released in the year 1980, which makes this model 39 years old at time of recording anyway. So for something that's cheap and cheerful to have survived this long in such good nick, other than scratched up paint and shit, it's pretty good. As you can see from the picture, it did have it had a sticker on the bonnet, which was the Lancia logo, and then it had stickers down the side panels here that were, it basically just said Lancia Gamma on it, something like that. This car did have some remnants of the stickers on, but I scratched them off. So yeah, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a nice body, get rid of this chipped gold paint, and just give it a nicer colour, fill in the details. So we've got a nice grille on the front here and some lights around the back and stuff like that. So let's get it disassembled. And this isn't actually held together with any rivets or anything. It's when I first had a look at this, I was like, well, how's this held together? And I'm thinking, oh god, I bet you it's plastic base glued. But one of the first peculiarities about it is it doesn't actually have any axles. It looks like it should, but it doesn't. The wheels are basically held on by just pushing them into there's like a tab on the side, and the wheels just sort of push in and click into place, and then they roll freely. So I'm not pulling them off, even though I could do with putting some new wheels on it, but unfortunately I can't, because if I do that, I'm probably going to end up breaking the base plate. So yeah, so how is it held together then? Well, simple. Just get my thumb under the front bumper and give it a little tug, and off it pops. It's just held in place with 2 friction posts and 2 little holes in the bottom of the 2 holes there in the base plate, which again is like sort of amazing, because it survived nearly 40 years intact. Nobody pulled off the base plate and lost it. When I saw that, I'm like, how is it just not like that and end up in a bin somewhere? Yeah, but the internal, it's got some seats, and it's got a handbrake and a and a gear shift. It's got no dashboard or anything like that, but that doesn't really matter because when you pop the glass out, which is just held in again with friction, it's darkened glass. Well, darkened plastic for the windscreen stuff like that, so you can't really see the inside anyway. But yeah, that's just the body left over, so we'll chuck that in the ooze, and you know, we'll leave it for a while, let the paint come off, and then we'll start having a look at what colour I'm going to do it, you know, when it's come out. God, that was so easy.
3,000 years later.
Right, so here we go. After about 2 days in the goo, I've been busy with other things. Here's the gamma, and weird. Like I say, it spent 2 days in the goo, and the gold paint just fell off, which was great, and it left some. It was weird gold paint as well. It kind of left like hairball like things in the goo. Yeah, I don't know what they are. Weren't very nice. But what else happened was it appeared to have some sort of black undercoat, and that just would not come off with the you know, with the paint stripper. It just sort of turned into like this kind of sticky tarry stuff that wouldn't just brush off with you know, the paint stripper, and then the you know, hot soapy water and a good brush, which has done the trick for every other car or whatever I've ever done. So yeah, I had to get the wire brush around it and the wire wheel, and eventually managed to get it all off, and we're left here with this nice shiny body. So yeah, body is fine. I don't need to do any straightening or anything on it, so let's get it undercoated, and we'll just do a simple paint job, just a spray, and then fill in the details like the grille and the lights and stuff. Yeah, nice simple quick one, hopefully.
1 hour later.
Okay, so we're back with the painted body and everything. So all done really with the tinted glass, just to give it a bit of a clean up. It was perfect clean. I don't know where that smudge come from. Don't know. But yeah, just clean the glass up. It was a bit dirty, so just a wipe over and it's done. The plastic base chassis and whatever, gave the wheels a black wash, and then re-chromed these. Can't take the wheels off, so you know, there's no point fiddling with them. It's like I say, I'm not going to paint the interior because the tinted glass, you can't see anything inside, and there's not really that much to see anyway. Just some basic seats moulded in, and oh, I did put a little bit of silver on the handbrake because that's literally all that was there. But then the body shell I've got here, I've just given it a spray of light red, but this one's got some bits that need to be filled in. So there's the front grille there with the lights and everything, and then the rear lights. Does it have door handles? No, it just has little depressions for the door handles. I'm not going to do like an ink job on this to bring out the you know, the seams and everything, because it already basically did it. I mean, it's had 2 coats of the light red spray on, and that's about as good as it's getting. The light spray was done over a grey undercoat, so I say so. Yeah, I'll just fill in the details, and then we'll come back and we'll put her all back together again.
Start up. Time out.
Right then, there we go, all painted and stuff, or as much as I'm doing on it. Like I say, I didn't bother with the internals because you can't see them, but on the body shell I did ink in the you know, panels and stuff like that, with some dubious results actually, because it looks like some of the ink sort of dried patchy, so I might have to go over that again. And then the windscreen, just give it one final rub, which all you need to do at this stage, because I've cleaned it and everything. Just give it a rub on your shirt or something. Right, there we go. So we'll just drop that in there, because that just fits in there like that. Then we'll get a drop of super glue, if that'll come out. Yeah, there we go. And we'll just pop a bit of super glue in that hole and in that hole, and then flip the whole thing upside down, and hopefully I put it on the right way, because I did actually put it on, or at least tried to put it on the wrong way the other day when I was moving bits about, wanted to keep pieces together. Get in. Snaps back in, and then eventually the glue will dry, but the friction fit is enough to hold it together for the time being. So yeah, there we go. One Lancia Gamma, and it's not rusted up to buggery or falling apart like the most Lancia Gammas did, which is a bit shameful, really. You know, a decent car maker like Lancia, you know, famous for their, you know, for their sports cars and their race cars, and they produce something that looks so nice. Well, the styling was done by Pininfarina, but they, you know, they did something that looks quite nice for the time, and it ended up being a bit of a dodgy rust bucket. I mean, the only other Lancia I've actually got in my car collection is here, which is a Lancia Stratos. And the weird thing is, at the same time Lancia were producing the Lancia Stratos both for rally racing and as a sports car, you know, road legal sports car, they were also producing this. So it's like from one end of the scale to the other. You know, you've got something that's really good and well built and quite well respected, to this, you know, to the Gamma, which is everything that the Stratos is not. It's not particularly fast, it's not particularly well built, and you know, these days it's not generally looked upon favourably. So yeah, so as usual, some close-up pictures will be coming at the end, and I'd like to thank you for watching this well, this quicker than normal video. Hope it turns out to be anyway. So yeah, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.